Welcome back, everybody. It rained again last night. Common theme for this year. So that made the mosquitoes vicious. Caused me to throw on the most repelling thing that I own, the old prison uniform shirt, just for protection from the bugs. So today we proceed with swatting mosquitoes and doing the IH front wheel and hub swap onto the Norden aftermarket wide front axle on the Super M. So you all are familiar with the routine by now. I'm not going to take both sides apart. We're just going to do one side at a time, see if we run into any unforeseen problems. This dust shield, dirt shield is causing me a little bit of anxiety. I think that may drive off if it ends up interfering with the IH hub. I know that's part of the welded spindle. We'll see what other problems we have here today. But first things first, wheel and hub have to come off. Okay, spindle is ready, so I'll pull a new hub and I'll get our stand bolts taken out of it. Here are our new stock and new old stock Timkins that we will be loading into the hubs. But before I pack any bearings with grease, I want to do a dry run test fit of that hub on the spindle in case I need to make any modifications. It'll be just overall less of a mess. All right, new inner bearing. Now let's see if we interfere back here within there. It's going to be close from the looking that I've done. No, I'm seated on the bearing and it spins. Let's throw the outer bearing in so we can center up. Tension in. Well, that makes me happy. No grinding, no interference. Yeah. That, hopefully the other side goes just as smooth. It looked like it was going to be close, but I think we're entirely doable. So, here's our outer. Carefully pull our hub off. Get this inner bearing back off. We'll pack everything with grease. And we can proceed with assembly. All right, all the bearings are packed with grease. We've got a good coating on the inside as well. So we can fit it up for the final time. I also threw the grease seals in on here too. Bearing is in a good spot in relation to the end of the spindle, so we can reuse the old washer and castle nut. And whenever we've got freshly packed bearings, I always go plenty tight to squeeze the grease out of the rollers. Rotate it a little bit, and we can back off till it's loose, and then we set final preload. Determine where we're going to line in with the cotter pin hole. And we'll lock it down. Finish up with the hubcap, and we have this part of it done. Perfect. Let's move on to the tire. Clean tire beads are just the best. If that rim was rusty, I'd be doing this with the backhoe. Okay, inner tube is loosely inside the silver rim. Tire is mounted up. I apologize if I'm going through this a little bit fast, but we've got rain on the way. It's time to move. Plus, for a mechanic, changing tires is like tying your shoes. You just do it. So what I'm going to do is inflate the tire. Standard practice with an inner tube, you inflate it once, and then you let all of the air back out. That ensures that if you have any wrinkles or folds, they will lay a lot flatter, and then you pump it up a second time. So I don't even have the valve core in here. We're just shooting air in. All right, there's 30. So valve core back in. This one is for real this time. And we're good. Okay, two different ways these wheels can go onto these center hubs. The easy way would be to align all three of these bolt lugs with the outside of the center hub. Based on my measurements though, that is going to put this tire further out than it was with the other rim. We've already got the front axle adjusted for proper spacing to align with the rear tire. So that means we need to loop this rim to the back side of the center hub. And it's pretty easy. You just don't want to ding paint when you've got all nice fresh paint. So what you want to do, locate two of your bolt lugs and get those both back behind, okay? Then carefully crowd to the rear so that you can clear the third lug. The wheel and the rim and the tire, sorry, are both back behind the center hub. At that point, you can perch it up just like that. You're ready to bolt it on. And all we had to do were all of those same steps all over again for this other side. So I will get this front wheel, this other front wheel, danced behind the hub. I'll get it bolted up, and then we will move on. Not gonna lie, everybody, I am liking it. We've got good alignment, front wheel to back, both sides. Yes, yes. And there's nothing like fresh paint to really illustrate how dirty your poor tractor is. So, all right, 4 wheels back on the ground. But wait, there's more. The square heads go in back here. That web will cage them in. And now the weights. You've got these square cornered cutouts. They are what clear the bolts, okay, that hold the rim to the center hub. The front wheels are finished. We still have one piece left. So remember what the world was like with the little pulley. Now, the Zeus pulley. And I might need help. I'm not embarrassed to say. This is quite heavy. I think I hear Senior coming on the wheeler. Perfect timing. Oh man. Washer, now the nut. Camera's rolling. I told them it's a good thing Senior's coming. I might need help. Well, everybody, I had to take pity on this poor tractor and give it a bath. It had been a long time since we had it cleaned up, but the early evening sun shines off it very nicely now. So we have the front wheel mod project done. Another little job we can tick off the list. Pardon my shadow, it's just that time of day. But I do like that silver accent on the front. Matches the rims at the back. And those front weights to me really complement the ones that are on the rear as well. And the Zeus pulley. Best name ever. That old M is just going to shoot lightning bolts now. Now that we've got it on the tractor, it looks none too large. It does not look out of place to me at all when you reference it with the rest of the chassis. It looked enormous while it was sitting on the ground at the swap meet, but glad that I rolled the dice and picked it up. So all right. I do definitely like those IH front wheels a lot better. So I thank you everyone for watching. Mosquitoes are coming back out again. Evening rush. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed putting it together. And I hope to see you all back again. We have so many more adventures we can get into yet this summer. Just choosing which one will be first.